Is it safe to do Skype video sex with a long distance boyfriend? What's the best way to accept a compliment? What do you do when the guy's been chasing you, but you've been too busy and now he's given up? What happens if the guy's still hung up on his ex? And what do you do when the guy that you're seeing changes his mind about you because you're leaving town? Welcome to another week of Ask Mark. This is the weekly segment where I answer your questions one-on-one, and you send in the best questions. Seriously, your support on this channel has been amazing. And so what I want to do is repay that by answering your questions one-on-one. So let's get straight into it. Make sure you subscribe. The first question comes from Nero. And Nero says, I have a question. I'm a pretty girl with very low self-esteem. I'm working on it and trying to socialize more, which is awesome, Nero. Guys do come up to me and try to start conversations. Even though I appear confident though, I go really shy inside and goof up big time. This is super cute. By the way, kudos Nero for your self-awareness with this and for working on it. We can all, I think, take an example from this self-honesty. Long story short, if a guy compliments me, how do I compliment him back? I go red when guys compliment me. Nero, how do I compliment him back? You don't have to. This is a good thing to be aware of for you and for Nero. Self-esteem. When it's low, you ultimately feel like you don't deserve compliments. So let's say you see the other people, say as above you or somewhere around, you see yourself as low. When you take a compliment, it increases that. And if you have low self-esteem, you're not comfortable with that. So you go, oh, I'm really not comfortable here, I'm going to get this back down. So you either reject the compliment. When someone says, oh, you look amazing tonight, you go, oh no, it's just the makeup. Whoop, I feel more comfortable back down here. Or you say, oh gee, this feels weird. Now I need to give other person one back because I don't feel like I just deserve this and I can just let it sit. Nero, the best way to handle a compliment is to just say thank you. That's going to be uncomfortable for you because it's raising your self-esteem and you're not comfortable with those high levels of self-esteem. But get comfortable with them, girl. Get comfortable with them. Just say thank you. This is the only thing you need to say to a compliment. Accept it, love it, and then keep interacting with the dude. Second question comes from Lily. And Lily says, by the way, if my throat's a bit off, I apologize, ladies. Lily says, when then could a girl have Skype sex in video chat in a long distance relationship? As you know, I generally advise not sending nude photos, nude videos, anything like that. It usually happens for the wrong intent. It gives him your sex or your nudity at his convenience, and there's always the risk you can go on Google. So Lily says, how do I do this and keep the guy's respect and get the relationship? Is she better to wait until they are committed, wait until they meet in person or they have sex in person? I want to have Skype sex video chat with a guy I met long distance, met online but haven't met in person yet due to circumstances, but not lose the guy's respect and not put myself in the booty call / friends with benefits category. This is a really good question, and again, this Google risk comes into it. What I recommend here is there's kind of 3 levels of this. There's like the verbal only. You turn the video off and you can do the phone, use your words. And this is an example from a real relationship where before you actually have sex, you're going to be flirting towards it. There's going to be sexual innuendos, sexual flirting, but you don't actually have sex, and that builds the tension. The cool thing about the verbal means is it builds the tension with no risk to you. So here's the thing. I always say with long distance relationships, if you've met online, if there's no end point, if there's no plan for regular visits, then that dude should not be your boyfriend. Don't go exclusive. You're just going to cage a bird that wants to fly free. Don't go exclusive. If you're not exclusive to someone, you should definitely not be sending Skype, videos, anything like that to him. It's too high risk. You don't know him. It's just, and if you're not exclusive, so it's not going to get his respect. You can still build massive sexual tension with the phone. You can say something like, if he implies it, you can say, we're leaving the video off, but let's do this. And it kind of goes, he goes, oh, I want this, but I can't have this right yet. Now, if there is an end date and you have decided to go exclusive, then my advice is still to wait until you've gotten to know him in person and done it in person. The reason is you've still met online, you still haven't got those in-person vibes, you're good at reading people. As a woman, you have more motor neurons, more mirror neurons rather, to read people and situations, and that intuition isn't going to be as strong online. So if there is an end date, you may as well make it special and wait for it before you do the whole visual thing. With the phone, it's more likely to be for your intent, whereas in the visual means it's more likely to impress him, which is for his intent. Remember, the intent for these things has to be right. So my overall advice is, don't do it. Because if there's no end date, he's not your boyfriend, don't do it. If there is an end date, why not just wait till the end date? Now, there will be exceptions to this, and when you know the guy really well, when you've talked a lot, maybe he's not coming over for 6 months, but you've started a committed relationship long distance, there may be times where there's exceptions to this. Excuse me, guys. But particularly because we have younger viewers on this channel, I would say definitely don't do it. If you're a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, and if you really wouldn't be fazed with the risk of it ending up on Google, remember, even if it's live, he can still record it from a camera behind him. Then maybe you can do it. But overall, don't do it would be my advice. Wait until you've gotten to know the guy in person. Third question comes from Nickspiration. And Nickspiration says, "Hi Mark, huge fan of yours. I have a question. What does one do when a guy gives up on you after trying so much to meet up with you? My schedule is hectic and hardly ever get a day off. I think he got frustrated. Should I do anything?" Nickspiration, this is on you. Just like how I say, don't chase someone who doesn't reciprocate. Invest in a man who invests in you. The same applies for a woman. No guy with self-respect is ever going to keep chasing and chasing someone who doesn't chase him back. If you expect that, you're just going to get guys who chase relentlessly and are more in it for the game than to build an equal standing relationship with you. So Nickspiration, this is on you now. You've got to make some big efforts here to show him you're willing to make time in your schedule. You're going to have to chase him for a bit. You're going to have to reciprocate that and get things back on. Send him a text saying, "Hey, look, I know I've been really useless, but I really enjoy hanging out with you and would love to make the time. Let me know your schedule and I'll make the time ASAP because I do really want to see you." A really forward, no bullshit, I like you text is what you want in this situation. If you can get him on the phone, even better. Who have we got next? We've got Rizkia. Rizkia says, "Hey Mark, I think I need a solution for my relationship. I already do this step to make him want to commit with me, but he said he cannot move on from his ex. He is already engaged with his ex, but because his ex want to marry him sooner, so they just broke up. And then 1 week later, I met him. Now it's already been 3 months, he's still scared of a relationship." Rizkia, this guy's all over the shop. He's clearly got a fear of commitment. He's run from his ex, who he's still engaged to, and now is too scared to start something with you. No wonder he's still engaged. Let him move on. Give him 6 months space. Let this guy get his head together. And last question is from Claire's Maid. And Claire's Maid says, "Hi Mark, you're awesome. Absolutely loved your videos. I have a question. Me and my boyfriend broke up 2 days ago. We've been dating only for 2 months, but the connection between the two of us was really powerful. So strong that I'm confident we should get back together. Especially since we didn't break up for lack of emotions and feelings, but because he is scared of losing me, since I'm an exchange student and we live in 2 different countries. I'm leaving in 2 months and he said it's too painful for him to see me leaving and he decided to end it now to avoid future pain. I think it's utterly stupid since we both live in Europe and still have 2 months to get to know each other. Also, I want to at least give long distance relationship a try. Given the circumstances, how long should I wait before contacting him again? I don't have a whole month since I'm leaving in 2 months. Do you think there's enough chances of me making him change his mind? We are in love, but misunderstandings and fear of pain pulling us apart." Here's the thing, guys. Love doesn't always conquer all. Reality does. It's true. I have a client, for example, who the guy she was seeing pulled away, and I was still pretty confident that that dude loved her. But his fears trumped it. See, sometimes when a guy pulls away, it isn't necessarily because the feelings aren't there, it's because the fears that are driving it are just stronger. But it's the same result. You can have someone with no feelings who just pulls away because they're a bit over it, or you can have someone with heaps of feelings who pulls away because they are shit scared of commitment. The result's still the same. The emotional motivation is pulling them away rather than to you. And until the emotional motivation trumps the reasons they're leaving, trumps the fears, you can't talk someone into coming back. You can't logically convince them. He can say, "Oh yeah, I was really shit, it's a good idea," and then he still doesn't call you. He has to be emotionally motivated. Every salesman knows that people buy with emotion and then justify their purchase with logic. It's exactly the same. For him to come back, he has to emotionally miss you. He has to emotionally miss the positive experiences. Yes, I think what he's doing is pretty stupid too. You guys obviously did have a connection. You guys could connect because you're not far apart in Europe. But internally, he doesn't believe that. You've got to give him the space. I would be giving him 4 weeks space. 2 weeks reassess, but probably 4, seeing where he's at. He has to emotionally miss you and want to come back. Because only when he's coming forward is he going to be open to those conversations where you say, hey, look, we really like each other. This is stupid. Let's give long distance a try. He has to have the emotional motivation to want to do that. If he doesn't have that, you can logic him all day in the world. Hey, this is really dumb. Yeah, it is, but I'm pulling away anyway. So give him the space. Claire's made you. You can't force someone to be with you. You can't force someone to get over their shit. They have to want to do it. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Post your questions below. Let me know more. We've had a bit of a changeover in videographers on the channel, so that's why there's slightly fewer videos at the moment, but we have heaps in the pipeline. I have more videos than I've made so far in the pipeline. So we're just getting our stuff together. We're going to keep the arse marks going. I'm going to have another video for you tomorrow or the next day, another arse mark after that, and you guys are going to love some of the new content. It's my best so far, so I'm really excited for you to see it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.